AFTV Deluded. That was a great performance in the second half. Not the first half, it was average, but second half, great performance.
Great performance, like you said, fantastic turnaround in the second half. Simply put, an onslaught of goals. It was lovely to see Pepe get not only a goal, grab an assist, Lacazette break his duck under Arteta, and obviously Ozil and other players played well. Before anything, I think Ceballos was quality today. I think in the first half we was quite woeful. He was one of the only ones that looked like they were relishing playing today and want to make something happen.
It was a bold by Arteta to put him in, and straight away I was thinking to myself, Arteta's looking at it and saying, I know Newcastle, what they've done in every one of the games when they face some of the teams like more attacking teams, they've basically, 5 at the back, 4 in front of that. It's hard to break down. I don't need Torreira and Xhaka. Let me put in a Ceballos in there to try and get the ball up the pitch as much as possible.
Like you said, with Torreira, I feel if we lost today, of course, there would have been question marks over why Torreira and players weren't there. But like you said, they played 4-5-1 today. They were going to sit back. It was very much going to be the second half when they got tired. So by that logic, of course, you can miss out Torreira. And I think what Ceballos did today, along with Mustafi and a couple of other players, they first and foremost repaid the trust in the manager. There's no question marks from the fans as to why these players started, and they deserve their team sheets, their names on the team sheet. Saka, it's getting boring saying Saka's quality because Saka is an amazing young footballer, whether he's on the left-hand side or at left-back.
You heard what Ty was saying, who goes to watch a lot of under-23 games. He was saying that it wasn't obvious that he was that player, you know what I mean? Other younger players, but he's shining.
I'd have to disagree. Shout out to Ty, but I'd have to disagree. If you've been watching Arsenal's academy in 23s, he was a constant standout. He went to the Euros with England 17s as a schoolboy and stood out, playing left back and right back as well as on the flanks. He did his thing where we got to the FA Youth Cup final, in which we came up against a tough Chelsea side and we didn't get it. So he's always been there. Of course, to the degree he's taken to the Premier League, nobody could have seen that, but he's always been there, and that's what it's about. It's about guiding these sort of players through. What I loved with Arteta today, especially with Pepe defensively in the first half, obviously he scored and got assists, but defensively is a big problem of his. First half he was on fire defensively. We're looking a bit solid defensively, but in terms of attacking we clearly need to improve. It was lovely that we scored them goals, but you was looking in that game, someone needs to break the line, someone needs to be a bit brave, and the movement wasn't quite there. Arteta must have said something in the change rooms at half time, because they were on it. You have to run in behind. If you're playing against a 4-5-1, players have to run in behind, players have to make movement when they're not going to get the ball, and we saw that there was a spring in our step. If we're honest, the left-hand side in the first half was where it was coming for us. The right-hand side in the first half was quite appalling. Bellerin started to get, I don't feel he had the best of games, but he started to make an option. Pepe started to change his game because he kept coming inside for me in the first half. He started to want to take on his man. Ozil had his radar on. Ceballos, I've already said. I feel Xhaka woke up. Saka, I mean, unfortunately, he's destroyed a senior pro today, a career. He was quality today with that nutmeg, and it was more the intent. We realised what 3 points can do for us. I know there's a lot of talk of 5th place being up for grabs and things. It's neither here nor there. We just have to
go for it, don't it?
We have to go for it. We have to go for it all week. It's a big if, because we could be saying something at Everton next week. If we can go on a run, it can be said. We owe it to ourselves to finish as high as possible. We now know, I guess most realistic fans, we can finish as high as 5th, probably as low as 8th. So we owe it to ourselves to try and be consistent, take the Europa League seriously. But it's about doing this against Everton, because to be fair, if we play in the first 25 minutes against Everton with how they've been under Carlo Ancelotti, they will punish us. I can't remember how it happened, and it weren't the biggest of chances, but Leno made an early save to kind of deny us in the game. Exactly. And it could have been, again, coulda, shouldas and ifs don't win football matches, but it could have been. We're going against 2 battering rams next week in Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. Defensively, if we play the same way we did today, we have half a chance. But again, it's like we're all saying, it's ifs, if we can go on a run. We need to go on a run, but only the players can convince us. And so far, Arteta's doing what he needs to do. The players, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter if it's Mustafi, it doesn't matter if it's Aubameyang, they're replicating the manager's faith, and we're having good problems as a club. We don't know if Tierney comes back, if he's getting his place ahead of Saka. We don't know what's happening all over the field, and we've lacked these problems as Arsenal fans, Robbie. So yeah, man.